bacon!
We don't have any more bacon.
Bacon! Yeah.
There is no more bacon. You ate it all.
Bacon!
I know.
Sorry, Democrats. No more bacon. Yes. So everyone's crying and everyone's lying. Post-election hysteria is unfolding like a bitter blanket soaked in hobo urine. Did you hear the story of the Muslim student claiming her hijab was torn off by men in Trump hats? Turns out she made it up. Or the Boston guy who said he was harassed by men saying it's Trump country now. He made it up. The story about students wearing blackface after Trump's win? They made it up. A KKK rally in honor of Trump? Made it up. In fact, almost every so-called Trump-caused hate crime seems about as fake as a bag of Charlie Sheen's teeth. And how does the left react? It doesn't matter if it's false, because it's bound to be true somewhere. Yeah, try that at home. Yes, honey, I didn't really do the dishes, but somewhere, some guy did. So what happens when crimes become hoaxes? Do they get more or less attention? Do the fakers go to jail for wasting our time? Or is the story buried under the lie of raising awareness? The media doesn't help.
We are seeing hate. We are seeing hate from some of these fringe supporters who do not represent the majority of Trump voters. But we are seeing hundreds of cases of swastikas, of racist language, of harassment, of in some cases assault and bullying all across this country. Some of this needs to be verified.
Some? I'm thinking maybe all of them should be verified, Bri. And who knows? Who knows if any of these incidents were really pro-Trump at all or a protest against Trump? All I know is when you look at the real violence in Portland, that ain't pro-Trumpers. You can tell by the lack of muscle tone. But more important, who throws a tantrum after you win? That doesn't make sense. So why are people pushing this idea that Trump leads to violence? Is it wishful thinking or a desire to prove that Trump really is evil? Or is it a camouflaged intolerance, saying that casting a vote for Trump is bad for our health? The American Academy of Pediatrics actually asked doctors to tell parents to talk to their brats about the election like it's as bad as terror or something. Yeah, voting for Trump is a health risk, as bad as smoking or drug use and listening to stupid pediatricians about politics. The thing is, ginned-up PC hysteria inevitably creates the opposite reaction. Remember, it was the PC movement that gave Trump 4 years in the White House. Keep at it. He's going to get 4 more. Let's welcome tonight's guests. He's so tough he shaves with a chainsaw. Pete Hegseth, Fox News contributor, Iraq and Afghan war veteran, and author of the great book, In the Arena. I used to go to that club. Well, he's so bright, his fan club consists solely of moths. Fox News chief Washington correspondent James Rosen. He's also the editor of a great new book. It's William F. Buckley's A Torch Kept Lit. It's a collection of obituaries. How upbeat is that? As usual, she's as grim as she is slim. National Review reporter Kat Timpf. Oh, what a fake smile. Fake smile. And a volcano is his hot tub. TNA wrestler Tyrus. All right. I want to go to the historian here, Kat. No, I'm kidding. James, you've written a lot of books. Historical books, I might add. None of them I've actually read, but I hear they're fantastic. Is this a new trend? A Republican wins, and everybody who didn't vote for him, or everyone who didn't vote, period, starts freaking the hell out?
Pretty much, no, it's not a new trend.
Yeah.
Every Republican president since Nixon onward, the left demonizes as embodying the dawn of a new fascism. And this time the gloves and the mask are really coming off. And we heard it with Nixon, we heard it with Reagan, even George H.W. Bush received this treatment. What you have here really, I think, is about a little less than one half of a very divided nation stumbling through the stages of grief.
Right.
And so what you see in the streets there is denial, a lot of it paid denial. And I think eventually they'll get over it as they see him get sworn in and start to be President of the United States.
Yeah, what do you think, Pete? Do you think they're justified, or is this just fun? I always look at it like when you see people rioting, or actually even fake hate crimes, people like attention, and it's such and we have a media that is indulging them, going like, okay, if you draw a swastika on your dorm room door, you know you're going to get every TV station.
And talk about verifying it, none of them have left the island of Manhattan for a decade. They have no idea the way the real world is reacting to Trump.
Yeah.
And guess what? Neighbors are getting along. People are talking. I had a big old Trump sign in my yard.
Yeah.
5 days later, we took it down and said, hey, it's over. We move on. Things are good. This is an attempt to delegitimize Donald Trump. It's what it is. No, systematically, protests, name-calling, made-up examples, make it look like he's a dawn of intolerance and of hatred in this country, when it is the exact opposite. Their hysteria knows no end.
Tyrus, I believe, can I out you for how you voted? You voted for Trump. I'm wondering, would these protesters or any of these people that are venting about Trump vent to you? Like, I'm just curious. Is there an assumption that the Trump voter is old, white, and frail, and so they know that they can break windows in Portland?
Well, the way they're staring at me, I'm going to say yes. I think you're kind of missing the point. You understand, and as much as I supported Obama and some of his ideas, I thought he was a good man. But there was 8 years of accusations and being a crybaby worked. People lost jobs and careers just off accusations. And the one good thing about Donald Trump is you no longer can just get by with a accusation. You have to prove it. And that report, I mean, obviously he just ran up swastikas everywhere. I'm 6'8". I think I noticed that.
Yes, I did too.
I traveled from California, New York, New Orleans, Florida. I've yet to be at the airport and be like, it's Trump's world, boy, and start hitting me with a whip. It hasn't happened. Because that's not how it works.
Not how it works.
And the people who are crying and complaining, they're going to do it regardless. That's what they do. Like we talked about before, it's that layer of insanity and ignorance. They didn't vote, they don't do anything, and they're just another reason, excuse to act a fool. It has absolutely nothing to do with anything. Trump's not ending the world.
Yeah, Kat, I have a theory that this is intolerance masked as concern. Like if you say, oh, it's not that I'm against Trump, it's just, it's harmful. And what about it's always, what about the children? And you and I both know that children are horrible creatures.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Remorseless.
Yeah.
Well, they're not really that fun to hang out with.
No, they're not fun. You can't go drinking with children, or the law will come after you. And I don't need that problem again. No. Right? And they just talk to their parents about stuff that never happened.
Right. Yeah.
Anyway,
I know you've gone through that. I think that these people, in some of their reactions, they don't realize how much they're hurting themselves, particularly with, there was so much criticism of the way, and this is a true thing, that a lot of the most passionate Trump supporters would refuse and get very angry if you would ever suggest anything negative about Trump. But, you know, blindly denying that there's anything wrong with Trump, it's just as bad to blindly accept any negative story you hear about Trump just because you've decided that he's this and that, and you've decided ahead of time that there would be these riots and there would be this response, to just say, yeah, well, I'm not going to check it, I'm going to spread it everywhere, I'm going to tweet it out. And it keeps you from being taken seriously, which, when we're talking about something as serious as the future of our country, it's a very important thing to be taken seriously.
It is.
That guy...
It's overrated. Honestly, it's overrated.
I mean, I'm taken very seriously, I know. As a member of the media, everyone gets their news from me.
I like not being taken seriously.
Yeah,
I don't want, at the moment that happens, You know, but I think it exposes this evil that has been happening, that truth doesn't really matter as long as your heart's in the right place. Yes. If the swastika was fake, don't worry, there's a real one somewhere else, and so we can't punish this person because that person is actually raising awareness.